Good evening. Welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network. Tonight we're joined by Jasson Bauer from WeaponOwners.com, and he's going to tell us a bit about his site and kind of explain how he and Jim Fleming have been working together for the last couple of years. But first, as always, we're going to start off with what we did in firearms and reloading this week. So, Mr. Trumbo, what did you do this week?
I sold a gun.
How dare you?
Oh.
That was my first time.
I think we might have to ban him for that.
Boo hiss! Boo hiss!
Wow. So why did you sell this gun? Was it out of financial necessity? Was it trading it for another gun? Or was it just that bad of a gun that you realized you shouldn't have it?
Neither. A friend of mine from work was really wanting a gun, and he knows I had two of these. It's a Glock 22.
Oh, so you had a
He knew I
pair,
had.
so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it was one that didn't get shot often, but it did get shot. And so he offered me a good deal, so I took it.
So in other words, you're practicing proper gun control by only having one now.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. We'll allow that then.
Thank you.
All right, I farted around at the range a little bit, just kind of plinking and dinking. I unfortunately found out after I got back from the range when I was working on editing some more of the video I shot for the Caldwell chronograph that I now have to reshoot the second half of that video. So, oh darn, I gotta go to the range tomorrow. I know it's terrible. Other than that, did some reloading, talked to a couple people, and somebody's going to be sending me some lead bullets to try out, so we're going to find out a little bit about that in the coming weeks. Jim, what'd you do?
How about let Mr. Bauer take and have his say first?
All right.
What do you do in guns and reloading or to support the Second Amendment? Or all three this week, Jasson?
Well, just before the podcast here, I took my 14-year-old son and my so-called brother out grouse hunting today. We went out for about 3 hours, went out grouse hunting, drove around, had some fun there. Second Amendment-wise, started working with the Minnesota chapter for our gun legislation here and working against some of the bills that are going to be coming through the pipe here shorter, probably once the elections are done.
Sounds good to me. Myself, I shot Pistol League twice this week, and today, as I put up in the reloading room, I spent quite a bit of time this afternoon cleaning up and putting away stuff that I had left out from my little recent excursion out in South Dakota. Quite a bit of gun stuff I had hanging out, targets, steel targets, ammunition, that sort of thing. As far as the Second Amendment goes, I live and breathe the Second Amendment every day. Over to you, Mike.
Okay. Just wanted to take a second and thank all of our listeners for taking the time and effort to listen to this show and just ask that you send us, give us some feedback. Let us know if you like what we're doing, if you don't like what we're doing. Send those to the Reloading at Firearms Radio TV email address. It's a great way to get a hold of us, or just post them on the Reloading Podcast page on Facebook. Just kind of. So we just want to hear from you folks and see what you think. If you like what we're doing, just stop and take a second to say it. If you don't like what we're doing, or there's other stuff you want covered, then by all means, shoot us an email or post on Facebook and let us know. So that's about all I got for now. Turn it over to you, Jim.
All right, Mr. Bauer.
Yes, sir.
You told me you own a website called Weapon.
And I think Jim just froze. Nope. Jim, you there?
Things are freezing up here. Forgive me. if I have to, Jason, I'll give you a phone call so we can continue conducting this. But anyway, we've been working now for I think about a year and a half or thereabouts. And yeah, I see a chat message. And propounding, whatever you want to call it. I've been pushing, okay, adjustment bandwidth to full, or will do. High plus. Try that. Trying, but it won't move. Okay, there it is. Anyway, what I've been proposing is that we use weapons.com to serve as sort of a route.
I think Jim might have to go audio only. Hey, Jim. Oh. No. Oh, and he went away. So anyway, Jason, why don't you take a minute to tell us about weapons.com? What got it started and what it's all about?
How it got started is I was a member of quite a few different internet forums just on the different firearms that I owned. You know, I was a part of AR15.com, Glock Talk, AK Files, the 870rem.com. And what I found was it was hard to keep up with all the different forums having multiple different calibers of guns and being specific to a different forum. So I kind of liked the idea of just having one forum that was open to all firearms, and it would just be classified on the platforms that they were in different sections, so multiple people could talk about multiple different types of firearms on different pages. What I did find is I found a lot of negativity on a lot of the forums that I was a part of. You have a lot of people putting each other down for asking what would be relatively easy questions for people that are more experienced with more firearms. And that kind of really put me off, because as a teaching tool, one of our best things is to bring new shooters and new people into the sport. And if they're intimidated by asking questions, they're not going to learn as much. So that's kind of where I took this idea and started it with Facebook. And then my partner, JT Pelton, he came to me and wanted to bring it to a full website, which then we developed.
Okay. How long of a process was that?
The process was about, I would say, 6 months. We did like a beta forum and website that we kind of played with, and then we kept revising it until we had the full release done. I would say when we first started it, it was a huge hit with the friends and fans that we had on the Facebook page. But one of the things that concerned a lot of us is that was right about the time, you know, when things were starting to go south for a lot of gun owners on Facebook, is that they were being limited on their posts, what they could post, pictures that they had, stuff like that. So then we kind of pushed the envelope more to go to the website faster.
Okay. Now, what all, is it just the forums that you have on the site, or is there other stuff that you've got going on there?
We have the forum, which is one of the bigger items. We're building the web store currently as we're adding more and more vendors to the store. We do have a blog that we post all the news as far as like new product reviews that we do, new items that are coming out, new firearms that are coming out, different topics that we feel are important, a lot of the political information, stuff like that on the blog. So, I mean, it's always changing, and we have the capability to add just about anything we want that we feel that our users want.
Okay. what are kind of is there anything that's kind of a specialty thing that you do on the website, or is it kind of just all kind of really general? I know you said you created it for all the types of weapons, but I mean, as far as anything and everything specifically, is there anything you are going to focus on with the shop, or is it going to be for kind of, I guess, kind of explain where you're headed with the shop? What all are you looking to carry?
We are an Anderson rifle dealer. We do have Mistill gas mask. We're a dealer for them. We're a Paul Clean cleaning patch system dealer. We do make some of our own products that we do and we sell on the site. That list is continuing to grow. We're looking at becoming a Strike Industries dealer. They're one of our sponsors that help us out with the site. They donate a lot of the products that we test and review, and also too with Strike is that we do a lot of one-on-one work with them. We do prototype work with them, give our feedback as far as the products, see if what we think of them, the uses of them, things we can make those products better. So it's a little bit of work with them. We've done some other work with other companies to develop their products and their firearms. So that's kind of where the store is at currently. Where we're looking to expand it is branching out to other products, other manufacturers. I know with the FFL regulations, we're currently working on obtaining that so we can sell firearms, ammunition, kind of go towards the reloading side with powders, stuff like that, working direct with the manufacturers.
Okay. So you kind of got bigger plans on what all you're looking at doing. So.
Yeah, on the web store for sure.
Okay. Jim, I see you're back. Or are you? I see a picture of Jim. Okay. Jim, if you're there, say something.
I hear you now.
Okay, cool.
Good.
All right. So while you were gone, we kind of asked Jason about an overview of the website, and he gave us the overview of a little bit about the forums, a little bit about the shop, kind of where the shop's headed. So if you want to kind of take back over and cover the rest of the questions that you were looking to cover and stuff.
Actually, I was going to turn Jason loose and let him brag up his website. Boy, he and I spent about an hour today just discussing it, teaching him about how to do this podcast. But he was teaching me quite a bit about the various aspects of the forum itself and the things that he has in mind.
Okay. Well, I guess, Jason, if you want to kind of continue, a couple of things about what we were talking about beforehand, before we got on the air.
Okay.
And then also kind of what your ultimate goal for the forums are.
I would say my ultimate goal for the forum is to offer a family-friendly, safe place for people, new and experienced shooters, gunsmiths, reloaders, all of that, to feel welcome and comfortable, where they feel they can ask a question or be a part of something and learn with the rest of us.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, definitely like the troll-free zones.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the things with the bigger sites is you get a lot of trolls that put a lot of people down, or as like a lot of people call them, the Call of Duty fanboys that play video games that have never picked up or handled any weapon, that give information on stuff that they have no idea of even what they're even talking about.
As Four Guys Guns likes to call them, the Chairborne Rangers.
A buddy of mine from DPMS calls them Couch Commandos, which I just love that one.
Yeah, definitely. That's kind of definitely one thing you got in common with the reloading room, is the reloading room doesn't tolerate any of that either. So it's really nice to have other places to go that are like that also. So, especially
Mr.
ones that aren't controlled by Facebook.
Mr. Bauer, weren't we, don't you have a veteran-friendly site on there that, like Jason is a veteran, I'm a veteran. Don't you have an aspect on there that actually caters to veterans?
Uh-oh, we lost
just
Jason.
lost Jason Bauer.
Oh, that's not good.
No, especially, as hard times he has getting in.
What?
All right, but anyway.
Do you two have the same ISP? Oh,
good. You're good.
Where'd the other Jason go now? It's a conspiracy. Uh-oh, we ticked off
really.
the NSA. We ticked off the NSA. They're taking us out one at a time. Dang it.
Anything they'll do to get a glimpse of my basement here, I guess.
I guess. They're jealous of your jersey behind you.
Yeah, I guess there's not too many watercraft jerseys with the number 69 on them, so.
Yeah. I like the DPMS flag you got behind you, too.
Yeah, that was given to me our first year. We were up and going. We were one of the sponsors for Outbreak Omega.
Okay. Jason, one of the questions I'd asked you, I'll write it down. Section. So you don't forget what I'm asking you. The veterans section. Don't you have as part of your form that's actually caters to veterans?
We do have a section that's catered to military, serving, and veteran members.
Okay.
What that all entails is that is a section that you can briefly see, but to comment or read any of the topics, you have to show credentials that you are in the military or were in the military.
Yep. I've got mine.
Yes. The reason why we decided to do it that way is you get a lot of people that say they were military or served, or you get people that have no idea of what it's like to be in the military, and they make comments that wouldn't hold true to anyone in the military or might offend somebody that was in the military.
I'm chuckling because you're talking about something extremely filthy that I'm going to use a dirty word for. It's called wannabes.
Yes.
Stolen valor.
Yeah.
And
One
unfortunately,
of my favorite topics.
stolen valor is a very big problem nowadays.
Jason, how do we go about?
And the Supreme Court defends it as a freedom of speech, as a First Amendment issue. It's like, I'm just going to shut my mouth right now before I start using language that'll give us the X rating.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Congress could work on laws to make it illegal or make it punishable, but they refuse to. So, because it's not a First Amendment issue.
It should be right up there with the same as impersonating an officer.
Right. That's the thing is, it's not a First Amendment issue. If it was a First Amendment issue, then you could impersonate an officer, you could impersonate anybody you wanted to, because it'd be a free speech thing, which it's not. They're impersonating somebody that, at one time, and or currently, walked into the government and said, "Yes, I will put my life on the line for you and for this country." And now you've got all these pieces of crap running around out there that want to fake like they were, and it should be a crime. At the very least, we should be able to take them out back and beat the living crap out of them.
Preaching to the choir.
That's just my honest opinion, though. That's my honest opinion. So.
Well, for my understanding is I don't get where these people get off impersonating someone that was in the U.S. military, whatever branch it was. I want to know what they hope to gain from impersonating that, whether it be the credibility of them serving or looking for handouts.
Both.
Yeah. Obviously, they don't see how our country takes care of our military veterans if they're looking for handouts.
Really. The thing is, though, most of us real veterans, we, I've got Veterans Administration benefits that I've never used, and I generally don't use them. I generally avoid it because I would rather leave my benefits available to a veteran, a brother veteran that needs it. You know, it's like I don't need it. I've got very good insurance, and so I just stay away from that sort of thing. You know, but that's just me. It's relevant in the fact that I don't particularly like the fact that folks are trying to take and get something that they didn't earn. I earned those VA benefits. Wannabes, they don't know how to earn anything.
Right.
It's a sensitive subject with me.
I
Anyway,
don't blame you a bit. It should be.
you guys wipe that grin off
I
your
don't
face.
blame you one bit.
You guys wipe your grins off your face. You're waiting for me to screw up.
No.
Anyway, Mr. Bauer.
Yes, sir.
Head right into the whole spiel that you like to do when you're at a gun show.
Well, what was the first part?
Why don't you go ahead and just launch into the whole routine that you do to describe weapon owners, or have you already done that when I was off the air?
I think me and Mike kind of touched on that. You know, I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, with any gun forum, they're, you know, high pride in being Second Amendment supporters. We don't take that right or have anyone tell us that right is up for interpretation in any way. That the Second Amendment is what the Second Amendment is, the right to bear arms. So we, along with other websites that are out there, I mean, there's tons of forums, take that right to heart. But also, too, where we put it on is we have a women's only section where all female members are welcome in there. Male members are not allowed in that section. We have a youth range where it's all anyone under 18 that's welcome in there, because we have to pass on the information that we know now to the people that are coming up that are going to be us in 10 to 20 to 30 years.
Yep.
Okay.
Do you have anything specific that you're doing to try and encourage the youth? Any specific outreaches or programs, or is it something you're working on for the future?
We're kind of treading the water here to see which direction we want to go with that, because there is a lot of organizations and there's a lot of great ones out there that really help a lot of people. We get the messages out with one of my moderators. He does a lot of youth safety here in Minnesota. He does a women's class, self-defense classes down in the city area. We work with promotion when we go to events that we work with, you know, whether it be Outbreak Omega, which is a fun 3-gun zombie apocalypse based fun shoot that we promote safety, responsibility. We work with a couple instructors here in the state that we work with as far as conceal and carry and stuff like that. We try to get as many people as we can into it, and when we go to events, try to bring new people with us to try to get them involved also.
Okay. Sounds like a lot of good fun stuff. Anytime you shoot, it's fun.
As far as organizations, you know, we're looking at working with the NRA. We got to find an outlet to get into that area to work with them as far as promoting safe and responsible shooting sports. Also, there's 50 states here in the United States, getting in touch with members in each of those areas to work with their youth programs and their safety programs.
All right. It sounds like you definitely got some good starts and good. You've got the Reloading Forum that you've started also. What are you looking to tailor that for? Is that just going to be kind of just a general forum, or are you looking at doing anything in the store with that also?
As for the
reloading part.
For the reloading part, right now that's a lot of information based. I know I'm a part of the Reloading Forum.
Uh-oh. You froze up for a second there, Jason.
Yep,
Yep, he
I'm
froze.
still here.
Yay, Jim's still here. Hi, Jason. How's California?
Great.
Oh, this is the joys of technology, folks. Looks like Jason froze up. Hopefully he'll get unfrozen and come back shortly. Let's see. Yeah, he just dropped out, so he should be coming back shortly. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, it's kind of the headaches that we have sometimes with technology.
He's
And
coming back.
I don't know what's going on with the internet connection around here, but
Maybe you and Jim have the same provider. I don't know. Minnesota,
yeah.
Pennsylvania, it's possible. Hey.
Possible. You were talking about the last thing you were talking about. God, now my brain's freezing up.
I believe.
Oh, the reloading part.
Yeah, the reloading part is something that me and Jim have kind of talked about. Is you could almost say it's part science, part art, because it's something you just can't read a book and master by reading a book. It's a lot of trial and error, a lot of learning from people that have done it for years before us to kind of get the knack and get the feel of reloading safely. I had an accident with my Glock when I first started, when I was reloading 9mm, thinking that, oh, this is easy. You know, Jim helped me with setting up my Dillon, and I got cocky. I was one of these guys that, you know, hey, look, I made a bullet. This is easy. Anyone can do it. And that cockiness can get you in trouble, as I found out, and you get ahead of yourself, and you could hurt yourself or kill yourself by doing it. So that's kind of where we kind of opened up the reloading section in the forum, just to help people that are thinking about reloading or that have been reloading, to pass down tips, information, stuff that they've learned, that this information keeps moving forward.
Okay.
I like what he said.
Yeah, it's definitely same idea that we have here on the podcast, the same idea in the reloading room is safety first always. And Jim says it all the time. Just because he's doing this for quite some time doesn't mean he gets careless. He always stops and pays attention and acts like he's a newbie when he's going through and doing the stuff and double checking. So, as do I, and as does Trumbo. You know, it's one of those things that when you're reloading, you really gotta pay attention to what you're doing. So, because it doesn't take much to double charge a case or different things like that. So,
and I think one of the bigger things too is the ability to humble yourself to ask a question if you don't know the answer. Instead of guessing or assuming, it's a lot easier just to ask a question to save yourself maybe a finger or losing a limb or injury to somebody else just by asking a simple question, regardless of how basic it might seem or stupid to others.
exactly.
And I know, like, one of the better parts of the forum to touch base on is, like, the topics that are on there. Those are all, we have Googlebot, and we have, I think, 2 other bots that go through the whole website and pull every topic, replies, stuff like that. So when you do a Google search about reloading, every topic that is on our forum will come up in a Google search also.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's nice. That is a sweet little tidbit.
SEO, search engine optimization. It's a beautiful thing.
Amen.
So, Jim, do you have any more questions?
Well, I kind of got shot down because of the fact I got kicked off the air, and I'm audio only tonight. But no, I just wanted to take and let let Jasson Bauer have the chance to take and put in a hell of a boost for, or a plug for, weapon owners, because it really is a very good, it's a fallback position. Well, you know what? Why fall back to it? Why not simply let's take and start working on maybe even beginning to migrate into it? Jason Bauer addressed my one point, and that is the speed. Facebook is interactive almost instantaneously. Well, okay, fine. Weapon Owners happens to have a refresh rate of 5 seconds. It's not instantaneously, but you know what? It's right up there.
And it's faster than most people's Facebook. Honestly, it's faster than most people's Facebook refreshes. And besides, here's the ultimate reason right here to join. I'm going to show a screen share here. As you go to posts in the forums, look at all those awesome ass emoticons. I mean, for crying out loud, gang. If you don't join this forum just for the sake of the emoticons, there's something wrong with you. You've got a smiley face with a Gatling gun, flamethrower, a Madus. Oh.
Yep, and two.
Yep.
Grenade launcher. There's a couple grenade launchers there.
Yeah.
The side thrower.
Yeah.
Those are all actually coded by my co-owner, JT Pelton. He actually went through and coded all those into the coding of the forum that we have in the back pages of it.
Yeah, that's something y'all got to check out. Those are awesome. But like Jason was saying, and the biggest thing here is it's a safe forum to go to. It's a safe place to go to. You're not going to get trolled. You're not going to get. Jason says it better. I'll let him say it.
With trolling or any of that, we have a pretty strict standard on that. The first one, if you're derogatory, rude, abusive to any of the members, you get issued a warning. You get one warning on our forum where we tell you nicely, hey, this is a family-friendly site. Ages from 8 to 80 are on here. You need to be respectful. If you don't like the person's opinion or their comment, you don't have to say anything. And if you don't like it, there's other forums out there for you. This is a clean, family-safe site that everyone can learn and ask questions on.
And the second episode?
Second episode is, I know I have the Facebook page that we do on Facebook also, is everyone calls it the Ban Hammer. If there's something completely obscene, you're advertising for shoes for somewhere in China, I just throw the Ban Hammer right there and you're done.
Good. Spammers and trolls don't get treated gently.
No, well, they shouldn't be.
And as far as information safety, our web store, all of our pages on the website are fully encrypted, so none of the information is traded, shared, or anything else. We own all of that, and it stays on our servers.
So
this is why I've been pushing. Why I'm pushing Weapon Owners.
We'll do a little more screen sharing
here. The fact
here.
that he owns everything. More emoticons, Mike?
No, show the front page. So.
Okay.
This is the front page of weapanowners.com. Start out with a nice 50 BMG. You've got the home. You've got the link to the store, the forums, the blogs, banners, and then you get into the fun stuff. Different T-shirts, 80% lowers. So
basically, everything on the web store we have, that's being added daily. We can get everything but fully assembled strip lowers.
All right. So, and then just a little bit about, and then they've got their links and stuff like that. So, very, very nice, easy to look at, good start and good going. You've said you've had it up for a couple of years now, and you're constantly changing it, adding stuff to it.
The main page is currently under JT's working on that, on some new revisions for that. There's probably going to be, after the beginning of this year, a new look to the web page as far as, a different layout, possibly different banners and logos and stuff like that we're currently playing with to see which ones we like best. the actual forum actually might be updated to a different look than what currently is on there for the background. And as far as, you know, like with most forums, a lot of people don't have a lot of say in how things are ran. And I don't like that idea because our members are our number one force behind the forum. So if there's something that you want, there's topics that you want added, and you can prove that it's just not going to be you that wants to be a part of it, we will gladly add any topic suggestion that anyone has.
Okay. It's always nice when you can take input from the people, and I like the fact that it's not just a case of somebody says something and you're going to throw it on there, but there's got to be a legitimate reason for it, so you don't have a bunch of dead-end forums with single posts on it and stuff like that. So that's nice.
Yeah,
I know some of the tech forums I visit, you'll get that where it's one post, one question, or one shout about something, and it's just something that's basically irrelevant, and it just sits there and takes up space. So
and with forums, like anything, it seems like it has its upsides and its downsides. Like right now on ours, we realize that there's hunting season coming up, which is a huge thing here in Minnesota, which traffic kind of fluctuates with hunting seasons, different things going on. During the Sadie Hook freak out, that was a busy and a slow time at times when there was ammo shortages, shortages on parts, rifles, stuff like that. We got an influx of people posting where they could still find supplies, where they could still get things from, which was always nice. So as far as like the one post topic things, we don't really have too much of that, but we do have fluctuations in you would say traffic.
okay.
As does any forum.
Yeah, I mean, and I know a few different companies that said they experienced the same thing, whether it be bigger, smaller, newer, or older ones.
All right.
Jason, you and I had talked today about the creation of a T-shirt for the reloading section of weapon owners.
Yes. One of the things that myself and JT take pride in is that we're not only the owners of weapon owners, but we're also members. Like, you can go on there just about any time. I'm at least on there once a day, if not more times daily on there, just reading, learning, updating. We're always on there, so we're just not a face for the company. We are actually members of it, and we communicate with those members. And one of the things that we like to do with our members is get their feedback as far as shirt designs. If you have an awesome design that you want made into a shirt, send it to us. We'll gladly look at it. We'll put it up on the forum. If it's something people want, we will get it made.
All right. That's definitely a good program to have. So, anything else you'd like to share about the website and forums while you got the forum here?
We do a lot of product reviews, whether it be reloading equipment. I got some reviews coming up about myself being a new user to reloading equipment, as far as my my Dillon 550B, my Dillon Sledger, different tumblers, my ultrasonic cleaner, stuff like that. We do reviews on stuff like that coming up. We do full testing and reviewing and installation videos on products, whether it be AR-15 handguards, AK handguards, Glock part modifications. I mean, we have a large range of different products that we test and review.
Okay, so it's definitely a good resource.
Yeah.
Now, the review section, is that part of the forums then?
Yes, we have two different sections for the reviews. We have a staff review, which is what we put our staff's name on, that it's credibility to our website, where we'll back our staff on saying what they feel about a product. And then also, too, we have a member section where if you have a product and you can prove whatever your feelings are on that product, and you can show proof, whether it be if it's, I bought this this product, it failed, it was junk, I hate it, here's why, and show it, post it. We love to see that stuff. We love to read it because we're consumers too. You know, I mean, we don't want to waste our hard-earned money that we work hard for on inferior products or things that are advertised falsely.
Absolutely. Jim, were you going to say something?
No.
Oh, I thought you started.
I didn't want to interrupt the really good spiel, other than the Trumbo.
Yeah, he kind of looks asleep.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
You
he
have
looks
any
like.
questions, Mr. Trombone?
Pick him off.
He's in California. He's a little boy.
Trumbo.
What?
Oh,
Wow, that was a wicked audio effect.
Trumbo. Heard it.
Oh goodness, he went robot. Great, Jim went robot. Jason, you got anything you want to add, Mr. Trumbo?
I have a question.
I can't hear
He's
you.
asleep.
Jason,
No, I think he's trying to talk. I see his lips moving, but there's no audio. Did
if
he mute
Jim
himself?
will be quiet for a moment, I will
didn't mute
speak.
Can't hear you,
Jason, how do veterans get into that special area?
Sure,
If Robot Jim could be quiet for a few seconds, I'll gladly explain it to you.
that is awesome. Our
All right.
In the intro section, I believe, without looking at my laptop here, there should be a military area where it should say military. You go in there and post what branch you were in, whether it be any of the major four. Post the years that you were in if you were a veteran and what you did and your classification. And that's pretty much enough kind of to get in there. And with ruling from myself and other military people, we can kind of weed out the ones that are the fanboys, and if they're just wannabes that are trying to get in there, we just throw the band hammer at them instantly. We don't even put up any fight with saying, you know, well, can you prove this? Can you prove that? If we have a doubt, it's gone.
Okay.
All right.
And those titles are reviewed by myself and JT Pelton. And if we have any questions, we do have staff that are part of all four major branches of military that we can get references on, as far as classification, job titles, stuff like that, if those departments are deployed in those military applications.
All right.
All right. One of the other things I just saw on the forum that I like is the firearms definitions.
Yes.
The definitions of terms and acronyms used in the weapon industry. That is really handy for a lot of newbies that come in that don't know what all of the different lexicon is that we tend to use. You know, our quote shorthand that we use as we're going through things.
That's actually JT's bread and butter. He's been working hard on that, coming up with new definitions as far as, you know, like when a lot of people in the AR world say a BCG, they're talking about a bulk group. Well, someone who's new to an AR-15, they're not going to know what a BCG is.
Nope.
So that's where he decided to make up this definition section of whether it be parts, anything.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good grief. Well, folks, we'll hang on for a couple seconds here and see if Jason resumes. Unfortunately, he and Jim are the ones that are having lovely ISP problems tonight. So, on a side note, just wanted to take a moment and tell everybody about our affiliate links. If you go to www.reloadingpodcast.com, if you're going to purchase anything from Amazon, or if you're going to purchase anything from Brownells or from Sinclair's, which is owned by Brownells, please go to reloadingpodcast.com and click on the affiliate links. You help out the show, you help out the network, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. What you can do is you can actually go in your web browser, go to your Amazon, get your cart ready, close that window because Amazon will save your cart. Go back over to reloadingpodcast.com, click on the affiliate link for Amazon, go back in, your cart will pop up just like it was. It's not going to cost you anything extra. So just appreciate you folks if you can do that for us and click on the affiliate links and help out the network. Okay, Jason, you were talking before you dropped out.
Yeah, well, where were we at again? I don't know what part I cut out on.
You were talking about, though I think the last thing you were talking about is when you were talking about BCGs and then it's Bolt Carrier Group.
Oh, the definition part. Yeah. That's more JT's thing that he's been working hard on, just to bring, a lot of people call them noobs back up to speed, as far as some of the things that we talk about on the forum, but also too in the gun world. So, and then I caught the end of your guys' plug. I know one of the things that we have that's also on the forum too is we have the ability now to watch YouTube videos direct right on the forum without leaving the forum. So you can actually post the whole YouTube video on there and it'll play right in the forum without having to leave the forum.
Oh, nice.
So once this podcast is up, once I can get to my computer, this will actually be posted on the Weapon Owners Forum.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's always a nice feature. It saves time, means you don't have to jump out of the window and jump into anything else, and that'll be really nice, especially if you're doing for product reviews and stuff.
And that's anything that any forum member can do. All you do is you just copy the shared link part, and then you just paste that on your topic, and then that'll show the whole video screen right there on the forum.
Fabulous. It's always nice technology when you can do that.
Yeah, we'll have to get a section up for the podcast here and have your own little area, and you guys can post all your podcast videos directly on the forum too.
Why, thank you. We appreciate that. So, all right. Well, Jason, why don't we have you check back in 6 months or so when you see where we're at, and we can have you back on the show and see what changes you've made to the site and to the forums and how things are progressing along, and give you a chance to come back on and talk about more stuff. So
sounds good.
And looks like Jim's trying to jump back in quick. I don't know if he's going to make it or not, but we'll give him a second here and see. So you're next door to me then, over in Minnesota?
You must be from Wisconsin with that Green Bay shirt on.
You dang right. And they're.
I was actually born in Wisconsin, so it's all fine.
Oh, well, sometimes you gotta switch over. How'd you wind up in Minnesota from Wisconsin then? Parents? Or?
When I was younger, my mother moved me and her out to Minnesota here.
Oh, yeah. That'll do that. So, what part of Minnesota are you in?
I'm actually in the central part. I'm up by Mille Lacs Lake.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so north of the Twin Cities a little bit?
Yeah, probably about an hour.
Okay. That's not too bad then.
Nope.
So let's see here. Looks like Jim's not going to make it quick here. So
I'm back.
Oh, you are back?
I'm back.
Aha! Yeah. Made it.
Talk about a rough ride.
Yeah, I guess.
Yep.
Where'd they send you?
I apologize for all these problems, these technical issues.
Jim, you got to quit tapping into my internet because every time you go off, I pretty much go off. So.
Yeah, it was like within 10 seconds. It was pretty amazing.
Oh, sorry about that, Jason. Misery loves company, but that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Now, why do you think I pick on Jason Trumbo so much?
Because we're better looking than you.
There you go, Jason.
That's you're looking at the wrong end of me.
Well, we already saw the other end.
Oh, wait a minute. When your pants are down, the bends. Oh, God, I'm not going there. I can't believe I started to go there. Oh, wow.
Mike, I warned you a long time ago you were going to hang out with a rough crowd when you let me invite Jason Trumbo.
No, I was starting to go somewhere that I can't believe I was starting to go and shouldn't have, and thankfully I stopped, and I'll make sure that gets edited out. Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, but anyway. No,
Jim,
Uh-oh.
well, I have a couple ideas that I wanted to to the forum. I don't want it to be just one post and that's the end of it. It just takes sitting there taking up space. And what I'm talking about is a section on bullet making, and I'm not talking about casting. I'm talking about forming jacketed bullets under pressure. Excuse me.
swaging.
Yes, swaging. What Jason calls swedging to his primer pockets. I need you to say the word correctly. It's swaging.
Swaging. But I can't do
There
it
you
in
go.
robot voice like you, though, Jim.
He has spent a lot of time up in Minnesota, and you know Minnesota, they talk a little different up there, day or hey and stuff. So you know you got to watch out for that.
Well, you know, you're not too far from them in Wisconsin.
Nope. Nope, I'm pretty close to him, but you know that it's amazing what a difference the Mississippi River makes.
Oh boy,
Oh yeah.
we're hanging
No.
out with a savage crowd tonight. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. So. All right, gang. Here's a quick question for you.
Okay.
What was the first gun you ever owned?
My first gun that I ever owned was a Winchester 22 that was given to me by my mother.
Okay. Mr. Trumbo, how about you? What was the first gun you ever owned?
I think it was Ithaca 20 gauge that my father bought me used, and I still got it, and I still like it. Good shooting gun.
And Jim, once they invented guns, what was the first gun you got?
I have a prediction of Jim's first gun, and I guarantee it was a flintlock or a blunderbuss.
Oh. No, I think Jim actually had one of those that you just,
X-rated forum.
I think Jim had those ones that you just held that were on the stick, you know, and there was the thing you had to
Year
fight.
1975.
Oh.
My
You went robot, Jim.
I wound up having to replace it for about $300 more than I sold the first one for.
That's no good.
Nope, but I replaced it. Mossberg Flex 500. I've got one right over there in the safe.
Yeah, my first first powder burning firearm that I actually called my own was a Mossberg 120 shotgun, and I traded that in on my Remington 870 that I have. I don't really have the desire to ever have that Mossberg 120 back. It just wasn't a very good shotgun, you know. But you know, yeesh. I'm sure somebody out there somewhere owns that shotgun and loves it. I'm pretty sure. But no, not for me. I love my 870.
By the way, Jasson Bauer, I owe you for that one. That was funny. Blunderbuss comment.
I said you had to wait till they were invented first, so.
I was giving you a little bit of credit there, Jim.
Somebody should. Everybody should.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Blame it on the old man. That's right. I got big shoulders. I could take you all of y'all on. Hey, I got 18,000 members that like to pick on me daily. I can handle it. Plus, I got 18. I got 17 admins that pick on.
Yes, we do.
Oh, jeez. Well, on that note, gang, why don't we bid adieu to our wonderful guest and thank him for coming on. And like I said, Jason, we'll definitely have you on in 6 months or so and keep track of the progress and see how things are going. And if you have any new and exciting things that you want to announce, definitely we'll have you on sooner. So
Awesome. Hey, it was a pleasure being here, and thank you for having me on.
Oh, it was wonderful having you on. I'm just sorry that we had so many technical issues. So, you know, hopefully next time we'll be able to do this so we don't have all these problems.
Not a problem.
All right. Well, folks, thanks all for tuning in again. If you're listening to the audio version, you're probably kind of wondering what happened. What are we talking about? If you really want to know, watch the video version. The beautiful thing with editing is I get to take all the dead space and all the droppings and everything else out. So, but if you want to know, watch the video version and you'll kind of find out. So, once again, everybody, we thank you for tuning in. Jason, thanks for staying awake. I know it's warm out in California there, and it kind of makes you want to fall asleep, but we appreciate you staying awake for the whole show.
My pleasure.
And with Jim, it's past his bedtime, so I mean, he's doing everything he can to stay up.
I think his bedtime's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So.
Oh, you guys are just awful.
Oh,
I'm
hold on
gonna
here.
make y'all pay.
I got a problem. Hold on. I got a problem. I got to fix here quick. Let me fix this problem here quick. Hold on.
You want to kick me off?
There we go. All right. Okay. So.
Hey, Jim, if you could tell me your nurse's name, and I'll gladly send her a donation for having you stay up late tonight.
Mike, take us off the air. I got something to say to Mr. Bauer. Take us off the air.
On that note, everybody, good night.
Good night, everyone.